say, bro, I haven't told many people about this, but this is what I just heard about my father, mother growing up. Bruh, like, shit gonna sound crazy, but fuck it, I'm gonna tell you. So how, when you see me and you see my head up and you see like this king, this pharaoh, however you see me, I want you to know why it's like that. This is real, bro. Who is Fiend? What inspired me to get into it? I think I was always destined to do music.
Yeah.
By just how much I embraced it. You know what I'm saying? I recall sitting like on my mom, dad, couch in the living room. We was in the shotgun house in Hollygrove. And I don't know how old I was to know, but Earth, Wind & Fire was on TV and they let me stay up late to watch Earth, Wind & Fire. These dudes had on like these sequence outfits, you know, the headband, afros, dreads, perms, you know what I'm saying? Like every type of player look you can express yourself with on the dance floor, you hear me? And I remember they let me stay up and watch the performance. And I remember the dude in the group, I think it's Philip Michael Bailey, I think that's his name. He hit the high notes, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So I remember just watching the dudes sing and watching them perform, and I think it just blew me away. I think Earth, Wind & Fire had to be, watching them perform, I already love music, but watching them perform though, I think it was electric. And I think that had me like, whatever they was doing, I gotta do that shit. You know what I'm saying? And from hip hop, man, shit, bro. I grew up 4 houses from where bounce music was invented.
Let's go into that real quick.
You know what I mean?
About that.
So Pete, the owner of a club that was 4 houses away from me, and approximately across the street from my dad's barroom, Mars Lounge. You know what I'm saying? Which is my grandmother's ballroom. It just was handed down just like that. And my dad had ran it, but my grandmother, then was my great-grandfather, you know what I'm saying, was mean at playing poker and stuff. They called him a black Jew. He was so serious about his money, you know what I'm saying? My grandmother owned the block, owned all the property on the block. You know, and as years went by, maybe she may chisel some off here and there, but she owned that block, you know, as far as the majority of that real estate, or if not all of that real estate, right? So, music, man, like my dad, I think my mama had to be my first impression of music, and them just supporting me. And like I tell you, in the process of being 4 houses away from Ghost Town, which is owned by Ghost, he was the biggest rap concert promoter in the city. Yeah. He also was from my neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? So that shit was like cheating. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause I could come outside, bruh, and I could possibly see Run DMC on the corner getting out the van. I could come outside and see the Cash Money Click getting out the van. I met Public Enemy. You know what I'm saying? Like watching them on Donnie Simpson Video Soul, and to go outside and see Public Enemy getting out the van, just going here for whatever, just for a few minutes. Flavor Flav and Chuck D reaching me Fear of a Black Planet on cassette.
On the cassette.
You know what I'm saying? How could I not be something in music? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bruh. You know what I'm saying? My uncle, House DeCluet, Daryl DeCluet, was the lead singer of Galactic. They are now the owners of Tipitina's. He played the judge in the remake of Dukes of Hazzard.
Dang.
I just have people like the singers like I can't think of a lot of for the name gonna come to me. A lot of singers like that was like Motown type of the Stylistics type, not the Stylistics, but another group, man, it's gonna come to me. They used to visit my daddy's ballroom. They're shut down and my daddy let me come up in there, man. These dudes would be singing, kicking back, catching some beers and shit. How could I not do fucking music? Like I was like just glued to this shit. My mom and them had the wooden music box with the record player and shit. You know, you hurt your leg on that bitch if you come through in an adult. Grandma's house, you gonna your leg up coming through that trying, you know what I'm saying? So the record player, right, that big wooden record player, you heard me? And my mom used to run Sade all the time.
My mama too.
You feel me? Bob, the Spinners, the Whispers, you know what I'm saying? Curtis, you know what I'm saying? Like, how could I not, bro? Man, bro, I just fell in love with hip hop so much. How could I not?
So let's switch over to the music. Let's talk a little bit about New Orleans. You know, growing up in New Orleans, what was the family like? You know, Mardi Gras just passed. Tell me a little bit about those times and, you know, things that you learned during that time.
Mardi Gras is special for me. This Mardi Gras a little bit different. We just lost a family member. So this Mardi Gras, February 23rd, is gonna be just not the same for us for a long time. But my first impression of Mardi Gras was my dad having the Indian leather pouch that held wine.
Wow.
And I love that. I miss that this Mardi Gras. I promise you, next Mardi Gras, I'ma have that shit around my chest, maybe 2 of them hoes. I want my son to see me like I saw my daddy. Like he wasn't just black, he was like Indian, he was Haitian, my daddy was like the shit, man. Protector, you know what I'm saying? Respected, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you feel me? Being on my dad's shoulders, catching beads and shit. My daddy having his hat to the back, his afro puffed out a little bit underneath that shit. That Sweets medallion around his neck. He was a player, like he was a hustler, like, you know, he was a family man. He was misunderstood. He was a victim, but he was everything that made me what I am today, the pieces that made me, and that's what made me a survivor, 17 survivor, growing up where I grew up. We wasn't rich, we wasn't poor, we was just us. You know what I'm saying? And that was enough. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, go a little bit into that. You know, growing up in 17.
Right.
Tell me about some, you know, just the experiences. Like, what was one of the most standout experiences?
It's gonna sound crazy, and you're gonna have to feel me on this. I feel like where I grew up was the greatest place on earth. You might feel like when you grew up is, I feel that, because I feel, say it, bro. I haven't told many people about this, but this is what I just heard about my father, mother, growing up. Bruh, like, shit gonna sound crazy, but fuck it, I'm gonna tell you. So when you see me and you see my head up and you see like this king, this pharaoh, however you see me, I want you to know why it's like that. This is real shit, bro. This lady, she lives in Cali, she's an aunt of mine. She was like, oh my God, you Ricky's son, right? I was at the park, I shoot my video, it was at the park. You know, no matter what I do, rest in peace to Freak. He just was gunned down in Little Rock, Arkansas. I take every feature I do here to my neighborhood. They feed my neighborhood, whether it's grilling, chilling. So my neighborhood could could reap the benefits off of the product of me, right? You know what I'm saying? It's just, we gonna pay homage and show respect to each other. Bro, she's like, listen, your daddy was like a prince back here.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And your mother nobody knew your mother, and they was such a beautiful couple. There was like, you know, like a prince and a princess back here. And when you were in your mother's stomach, the neighborhood was waiting to see you be born. I was like, man, get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? She was like,
Yeah, that's fair.
she like, Ricky Jr., I tell you no lie, your dad was loved so much back here, so much. Everybody wanted to see his son.
Dang.
You know what I'm saying?
Like to have that much.
Right. This stuff I'm learning like 2 years ago, my guy. This ain't like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, man. So it was recent.
Right. So I have been going through things not knowing your proper right of just, you know what I'm saying? Like, people be like, man, if you knew who your people were, boy, you act totally, you heard me? Either you flipped the script and made y'all look good, now either you flipped the script and made y'all look bad. You feel me? You heard me? Yeah, and I just felt like, this is crazy. I've been talking in my music, I'm a dip Hollygrove at 24 karat gold. I've been wanting to protect, take care of my neighborhood. I've been wanting to be a great example. I transitioned to, International Jones to show growth of a little ghetto boy, to show that I grew up in the same type of environment of what people consider impoverished or something, but I felt like we had everything evidently we needed, and it was a village, and it just, I feel like probably everybody got that in New Orleans, but man, Hollygrove was something serious. I grew up uptown with some of the illest MCs in the world. You heard me? Not only in my neighborhood, not only in my environment, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, big. So I really feel like, man, bro, I'm grateful.